Good morning, everybody. Give everybody a little bit of time to figure out that I'm here on Friday. I'm remember that big clump of rust that I was pounding on yesterday? Well, this is what it cleaned up to be. And I'm not sure, I'll show it better when I turn the camera down to the table, but it's not a meteorite because there's no matrix. It's just like hardened steel, really dense steel. So, and it weighs, I'll weigh it again later, it weighs 51.8 grams. So it's a pretty hefty chunk of junk. So, yeah. Not at all what I pictured it to be when it was all covered with rust. But it has meteorite qualities. You know, if you look at what meteorites look like, the lower side is melted looking. This looks like it was melted, and this looks like it was broken off. Not melted, it looks like it was broken off of something. So I'm not sure exactly. Could have been part of something and it just shattered for some reason. But we'll take a better look at it. But yeah, no matrix, just shiny metal. I could polish that up to almost chrome if I just buffed it out. Good morning, good afternoon, night. How you doing? Good to see you, Jamie. How you feeling? So anyway, we'll take a better look at this. And David Carlisle, good morning. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. We're just going to look at a couple of things that I cleaned up from yesterday when I was chipping around on some rusty things. And in my live yesterday, I pulled out a whole bunch of my treasure trash that I keep, chunks of metal that are all rusted up that I want to see what they are underneath the rust and everything. And so we'll look at those today. And then there's a tool, and I fixed this carabiner so that it works. And so I'll add that to the big batch of carabiners. I've got a whole bunch of carabiners, little ones like this, that I found that I haven't added to the big ones yet. Be interesting to get them all out and see how many carabiners I found in the parks and at the beach. But hope you guys are having a great day. Jamie, did you get to go on your ride today? Did you feel good enough to ride? So we did look at some pretty cool things yesterday. And I got to use my welder's pick that I found. I found this in a park a couple months ago. So I think I'm going to use this as my new digging pick. It works pretty good. Got a good grip on it, and has a little blade. Yeah, good for chipping things out. Lost my other pick, which saddens me. I've had that for many years. I bought that back in the 90s when I was prospecting, and I lost it. Wasn't paying attention, stuck it in my bag instead of down in the loop, and fell out somewhere along my way. I don't know. Anyway, but got this to replace it, so I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie. Yeah, I was yesterday I was banging around on this little piece right here. Had a bunch of rust on it, so I cleaned it off. But I knew that I had broken it off of this. So this is an ancient pick, and I found this. So not entirely sure what it is. It looks like a pick, but it also has a groove down the center. It looks like it could have been an old squeegee head or something. But I've never seen a squeegee head made out of iron. They're made out of thin sheet metal. So you never know what that could have been. But I'm thinking the way it was made looks like a pick. So we'll go back to that a little while after everybody shows up. So how you doing, David? You were sick with a cough. Did you get rid of that cough, brother? Hope you got a cup of coffee. Drink along with me. Well, everybody's coming down with something. Luckily, I haven't. Getting around to it, and I try to do some things to boost our immunity, and we can't say anything bad about emergency with zinc. That helps a lot to keep your immunity up. Oh, that's good, David. Glad to hear it, that you got rid of that cough. So did you take your tree in for the winter? It was a peach tree, wasn't it? There was an apricot. What kind of tree was that you got a potted tree that you take in for the winter? I've got a peach tree and a apricot tree that I'm going to transplant into larger pots. I think we'll probably do that this week. So, one more thing to do. Well, I haven't seen William yet. He's usually here by now. Maybe he's hanging with somebody else that's doing a live today. So, tell me something, is my music about right, or is it too loud? Wow, I've already got 5 likes. Amazing. And there's only 2 people showing up as hanging. Somebody must have come in, popped in and gave me a like. Nice of them. So anyway, yesterday I was cleaning up in my backyard, pruning some stuff off my pomegranate tree and cleaning up some of my treasure trash and trying to straighten things around that's been neglected. And so I worked for a few hours doing that kind of stuff. Revealed some mysteries. Got to get back to that today too and get more of that cleaned up. Trying to get as much of the disposables rid of. Yeah, got to get rid of them. So I think today I'm going to also get my radial saw out and saw up some pallets that I was knocking them apart because they're kind of rotten and everything, but pieces were flying all over the place. I was just making a bigger mess to clean up, so I think I'm gonna saw them up. It'd be a lot less messy that way and a lot less work to clean up after myself. So one of the things that I'm neglectful of is, if I make a mess, I try to clean it up right away, and if I don't, then then I'm, like many other people, a procrastinator, and I look at it and say, I got to clean that up, and then I just don't have the gumption to do it. So I'm not surprised that I would rather be out metal detecting than cleaning up messes. So, but they've got to be done. I've got to get this place cleaned up. The insurance companies are making a run at people that if they have too much unsanctioned storage. Hey, T-Rep, good morning. How you doing? If you have unsanctioned storage, they frown on that. So got to get that stuff straightened away. It's kind of scattered now because you know how you have things piled up, covered up and everything, and you're out of sight, out of mind, and then you need to clean it up. Well, the only way to clean it up is spread it out, because you can't see what you've got unless you spread it out. So, T-Rep, it was you that wanted me to keep knocking the rust off that one chunk of metal that I got, right? Well, this is what it was after I got all the rust off. Yeah, this is it. I'll show it better when I turn the camera around, but it's not a meteorite because I could polish that to chrome. It's shiny as chrome. Good dense metal, and it weighs 51 grams. Big, heavy piece, and it's really solid, as you can see. It's not, but I don't know. It has the markings, you know, like it's got the flat side, it's got the burnt side. This looks like it was broken off or something, like it was, like you said, shattered like slag, but it's solid. It's not all grainy like slag is. But anyway, that's what it is. Now the mystery is, solved. Still don't know what it is, but it's a chunk of metal. That's what we know it is, right? And I was knocking the rust off of this little piece here. I haven't cleaned it up completely, but I glued it back on to what I broke it off of. And that's this. And I'm not sure whether this is some type of a pick. It looks like some type of a pick, but it's also got a slot in it, like it held something, like a blade across here or something. But it's cast iron. It's not sheet metal. You usually find like squeegees and stuff made out of sheet metal, but you don't see them made out of cast iron. So nice. 4 rolls and 1 silver, huh? Pump handle? You think so? Yeah. Guess the mystery goes on. Yeah, it does look like it could have held something right here. So, still interesting. Treasure trash. Anything that makes your mind work. Right? So I did fix that carabiner that was broken. I got it fixed. Got the spring locked back in. So useless to useful. Tcat, how you doing? Don't forget to hit the like, hit the thumbs up. Shooting for 24 today. Got 23 yesterday, 22 the day before. One at a time, one more a day. Keeps the heebie-jeebies away. So, did you go out to the garage sales today, Tcat? And if you did you find anything good? Well, if you keep shoveling while it's snowing, then you don't have to shovel afterwards. You don't have the heavy snow. If you do a little bit at a time, run out there every hour or so and shovel off the sidewalk. Doesn't that make sense? Just run the shovel over one time and shovel it off and then run back in the house. If I lived in snow country, that's some of what I would do. I know I would try to keep it from getting too bad. Yep, gotta get out of your chair. Seems that sometimes, even if you know better and you know what you're in need of, you know, you need to move, sometimes the chairs become too comfortable, right? Too comfortable, and they keep you kind of, I'll do that later. Last year you could. I think you could probably handle a foot this year too. So looks like I got some people popping in and giving me likes and then popping back out. That's cool. That's one of my short-term goals, is to get one new like a day. So, or one more than I had yesterday. So as long as I see growth, then I can stay positive. Like, I used to worry about whether I got shorts or not, because, I mean, shorts subs or not, because, you know, I was shooting for that 1,000. And now I want the subs because I think eventually more subs you've got, the more activity you've got. You know, even if you have, like, I think I just got to what's my oh yeah, my subs went from up to 3126 now, so I'm gaining, you know, about 10 a day. So I'm not worried about subs. And I keep working on this watch time, and every time I delve into it, it baffles me more and more and more, because I know it takes time for them to check into things, but according to YouTube, yesterday's live only got 4 views and 0 watch time. So there were a lot more of you in here than 4, but that's what they recorded today, or what they published today. So still don't understand. Then it says concurrent viewers 13, and it has this growth chart here. So it goes from 4 up here to publish to 13 that were concurrent while I was on live. And but then down here, it says I had 80 real-time views. So I guess I'll never understand these things. Yeah. Hey, keep digging. Good morning. How are you this fine Friday? Thanks for coming, hanging out for a bit. But so, oh, this is that rusty pair of kettle locks that I cleaned up yesterday, and I got them working really nicely. Yeah. So got them cleaned up enough to work with no problem. Oh no, I hate when water heaters go out, because it's just total replacement. Yeah? I'm doing pretty good to get 80 then, huh? Because you guys had 138, I have 80. Concurrent, was it, no, was it 13? what did the concurrent say? No, 13. The 80 was real time. Real time. So I got 10% of what you got. 2-pack. So I'm doing great. You get yourself a horseshoe? You didn't dump it upside down, did you? Thank you. Keep digging. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it probably is. Water, elements in water, minerals in water are just killer on hot water heaters. Hey, Trevor. Welcome to my house. Thanks for stopping in. Now we're moving up in just 30 minutes and I've already got 10 thumbs up. How about that? I'm not worried about watch hours anymore. It's confusing me, so I'm just hanging in there. I'm going for likes and views on my lives. So the more people I can get in, the more likes I can get. Every time I get one more like, that meant one more person came in and said hi. So that's my goals every day now, is just to get one more like, more if I can, but at least one more like than yesterday. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So anybody, Keep Digging says she cleaned up a horseshoe. Is anybody else cleaned up a mystery? So I had fun yesterday going through all my, well, not all my, but everything that I went through yesterday with the treasure trash, looking at the junk that I've been keeping, getting rid of some of it, and almost decided that I'm not going to try to do a sculpture of any kind out of the metal. I think I'm just going to scrap it. As I kept looking at it, and that'd be really interesting to do something. But then if I thought about it, if I did a metal sculpture, say a board with a few pieces of metal on it to make some kind of theme out of the junk, you know, like a Tool theme or a steampunk theme or something like that. I figured that for one thing, all those chunks of steel and iron and pot iron and cast iron, that's all heavy stuff. So if I made anything, if it was very big at all, it would be more than I wanted to heft around. And then I'd have to find somebody that wanted it, and you don't just go out and say, hey, here this is, somebody buy it from you. So I was thinking I'll make a couple pennies on the scrap. So it's all going in the bucket, and I'll find more interesting stuff later on. But see here, this just these two things here. One is 51.8 and the other one is 65. So there's 2, 3 ounces, 4, 5, 2, yeah, 4 ounces. That's 4 ounces of scrap metal right there in my hand. So if I put 30 items on a board, you know, and glued them to a board, 30 items would be at least you know, 3-4 pounds, probably, depending on what I put on there, 2 to 4 pounds. And somebody wants to heft around a panel that's got 2 to 4 pounds of metal on it. Nice, Trevor. Keep going. Every time I hit a milestone of 100 on subscribers when I first started, I got my first 50. My goal was to get 50 so I could do a live broadcast, and then I didn't really. Cool, Tcat. See? Spread the love. Everybody gets something from being here. I'm hoping. So anyway, I think I'll just scrap the idea of trying to be creative, because I am so involved in metal detecting, and it's so time consuming. It takes up a lot of my time doing what I do with this, with the lives, with the detecting itself, cleaning up after, you know, and everything. So don't really have a lot of time to try and be creative. Hey, William, there you are. You're running a little late today. Must have been saying hi to somebody else or too busy to log on. But anyway, good morning. Good to see you made it. Nice. Nice 2-pack. Yeah, I've been really lucky. When I put on 6 shorts a day, I generally get at least 10 subscribers a day. That will mean something in the long run someday. I'm sure it will. So how's Nora this morning, William? So you gonna make her watch? So William, we got down to the nitty gritty on that chunk of rust that I was beating on yesterday, and this is what it turned out to be. So a dense chunk of steel of unknown origin. But you know what? This has some of the markings that could very well be part of that hook, that tow hook that I found. The broken end, I got the one end of the tow hook. When it broke, this could have been part of that. I'm just, reaching here. Gregory Freeman, good morning. Happy Friday to you too, sir. They call it a space rock. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's a meteorite because it's too dense. No matrix in the grind there. It's just I could polish it and make it look like chrome. I could probably polish this whole thing and make it look like this shiny, chromy type metal, the way as dense as that is. But at least I got it down to the metal, right? So the one mystery solved. The secondary mystery of its origin is bleak. So, and the other thing that I was beating on, knocking the rust off this little piece of metal here, I glued it back onto what it came off of that I broke it off originally. And this is that. Lucky James! Good morning, Lucky James. So this gives all kinds of different thoughts. Looks like it could have been a squeegee of some kind, or a scraper blade, or a pick, or T-Rep says maybe a pump handle. So anyway, I glued it all back together, and because I had broken it when I was trying to clean it, I hit it too hard and I broke it here and here, and I was cleaning on this piece yesterday, but I went out and found these two pieces and glued all three back together. And so we'll just be wondering what that is. I haven't tried with it all together. I haven't tried to lens it and see. Let's lens it and see if there's anything that comes up that that Google says it might be associated with. See, maybe if I do it this way. Yeah, it's not going to stand up that way. Hmm. Huh. Well, got similar looking items, but I wonder if that could be a handrail bracket of some kind. Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, anyway, it's, we know it had a handle, and it had some reason for a slot here. So, it's probably an ancient Roman artifact. Maybe yeah, that's what it is. This held up the eagle for an ancient Roman staff, the eagle staff. That's what it is. I recognize it now. Yeah, I thought about that too. But you think they made a window squeegee out of cast iron? So I did think squeegee or scraper. The lens isn't helpful at all. It's coming up with all kinds of handles, and let's see. Try it one more time at a different angle. Showing me nails and stuff. Wire. Yeah, sometimes lens isn't. Sometimes lens just doesn't get it. Sometimes it's dead on if you've got any semblance of structure or anything, but it's just guessing at best. So, yeah, I'm not finding anything that suggests that it might be. too general. Anyways, it was interesting, still is interesting, but probably just scrap. Nothing worth much of anything. If anybody was on when I showed the carabiner, just a little carabiner, but it was broken, and I fixed it. So did something useful yesterday. So we'll hang that one. Oops, gonna lose it. Started my key ring and carabiner pile here. Oh, I've got that other opener that I need to add to this. Don't see it in that one. I'm trying to get all of these things sorted out. I think I'll add these type of clips to this conglomerate of goodies. Oh, I've got to get that out. I'm going to use that on my electrolysis thing. It's a bigger alligator clip. The other, if you get the alligator clips down in the solution when you're doing your electrolysis, it'll eat them away. So the bigger ones are better. Just FYI. There's another clippy. Go on to that conglom. My key ring and I think I'll even add this. I think somebody has a curtain ring. Add that to the, oops, that's not a good one to hook things to because it comes apart. And now I've got another key ring. Well, I'm staying true. Sorry about my head there. Staying true to having to pick things up. I think I'll put that on the carabiner. Let's see. and clips. We'll get it all into one dangly keychain here. Thought I had that probably really noisy there. So yeah, that'll do that. Got this I just found a magnet, earbud magnet. So let's little ring on it. I'll put this opener with that opener. Maybe. Come on. This stuff's getting harder to do with arthritis. Harder all the time. So I got to accomplish something really good before my hands are useless. There we go. Got it on there. So there's that. Put that away. So let's see. Yeah, I thought it was a peach tree. I asked him about it, did he get it inside all right, but I didn't get an answer. So I got to put on my glasses. You guys are starting to write more. I went back up and read your question about cleaning and toning. I think if you're going to sell a coin, you should, and if you've cleaned it yourself and if you've toned it yourself, you should tell people that it is. I know people do sell toned coins, right? They tone them themselves. They use devices and tone coins and sell them as toned coins, right? looking for pruning with your chainsaw. It's not that big. It's not that big. William, this is the rusty pair of vice grips that were frozen as of yesterday. I told you I'd clean them up, and I figured I could make them work. Look how nicely they work. So they cleaned up nicely. Tone coins with boiled eggs. Is it sulfur in the boiled eggs? That makes sense. Who grabbed them? Grabbed them what? Oh, grabbed the coins? All right, I'm up to 12 likes. So if you guys have not hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit that thumbs up. Especially if you have to leave, hit it before you leave. Going for 24 today. Maybe I can get 24 in 2 hours. Gregory, that's a question for T-Rep or Tupac. Going to the banks, you taking back your boxes or picking up boxes? You too, Tupac. Enjoy. You didn't answer me whether you went to yard sales today or not. Was it too cold to go to yard sales? Read your long post. Okay. Did I miss one? Or an Amazon credit card to get a $200 gift card when approved in for $1,100. I'm cutting the card up as soon as I get it. Is that the one about the credit card? That's a long post. They approved you. Amazon approved you for $1,100. They want your money. Yeah, I applied for being an affiliate of Amazon, and I evidently skipped a step or something about the website, and they canceled my affiliation. So now I have to reapply. Well, drive carefully, brother. Drive carefully. Stay safe. Lord bless. Later, Gator. Get a free TV. Ain't nothing in life free, right? Gregory nailed that on the head. You always have to pay somewhere, somehow. I almost fell for a tactical backpack, because I'd like to have a tactical backpack. Do you guys know what a tactical backpack is? It's the ones that have the straps on it where you can hang more pouches and stuff. It's military. If you've been in the military, you know what a tactical backpack is. But it's said that they're giving them away free. All you have to do is pay shipping. But I'm pretty sure that the shipping on it would have covered what the backpack would sell for too. So you got to be real careful about those things. When they say totally free, you just pay for shipping. You don't have to pay for the backpack. I tried that trick one time. I made a little thing. I should show that to you. It was my wife's idea. It was getting around to its idea. She had a really good idea, and I made it and was selling them. And I only sold like 3 or 4 of them. But it's an earthquake detector. Yeah, I'm not a collector either, William. I'm a hoarder. So, the T-Rep's back. Give me a second. I want to go get something to show you guys. So, this is a for real San Andreas fault. Well, Butterfingers again. This rock comes out of the San Andreas fault. Okay? We went and gathered up a whole bunch of stones out San Andreas Fault, so that we could actually say that they came from the San Andreas Fault. I mean, you could pick up a stone anywhere, right? But we actually wanted to be able to truthfully say that they came from the San Andreas Fault. So, yeah, so we wanted this idea to take off, but I got the idea that it costs so much to make, and I wanted to sell it, and I would give it away free if they paid shipping. And at that point, shipping was $2.20, I think, for the weight that we had put into the box, the size of the box and everything. It was $2.20. And I wanted to make $3 on it. So I put it up for sale for $5 and 20 cents shipping, and they get it free. So that way I would get the shipping and $3. So let me turn my camera around here. You guys get a good look at this. Our little invention. And it doesn't have the back plate on it because I removed it to put it on something else. But here goes. Check this out. Put the rock on this little platform. There's a golf tee and a little bit of wood for a stand and a real rock out of the San Andreas Fault. You put it on the golf tee. And actually, you know, the rocks all looked really nice. They had good quartz in them and stuff. But you see how easy it falls off? So if you put it on there, and the little plaque said to take cover if this rock falls off of the tee. So in an earthquake, you know, the rock would fall, and you know to take cover. I don't think it's agate. I think it's just granite and quartz. This. You think so? So anyway, I thought it was a cool idea. Getting around to it, came up with the idea, and so I made them. But all of a sudden I got people saying, instead of paying for the shipping, because I was giving them away free if they paid for the shipping, and that was going to pay for the shipping and get me $3. And I had people call me up and say, give me your address, I'll just come pick it up, save the shipping. They wanted it for free, but they didn't want to pay the shipping. So anyway, that was a cute idea. And Some people really liked it, but it didn't take off like the pet rock. I thought it would take off like the pet rock. Cut it, just cut it. Okay. My first rock? That might work too. Yep, Charlie Brown, I got a rock. Yeah, but this one looks pretty nice. Oh, I showed you guys that one. I put it in a tumbler for a little bit. Where'd it go? Got it right here someplace. Oh, goodness. Oh, there it is. I don't know whether you guys saw this before. I'm sure somebody did. But this rock here, Jamie, you saw it, I know, because you liked it. You liked the rock. It has crystals in it. But if you can't see it now, I put it in the tumbler because I thought this was just rock right here, and that these crystals were stuck in the rock. But let me don't know whether this will work or not, but check this out. If I put it flashlight, check that out. What do you think that is? It's translucent. I thought, that's awesome. I thought it was just a piece of rock. But I tumbled it and got some of the scum off of it. I think I might be able to polish that up. What's that? Yes, it was like a white crust, like it looked like concrete, looked like a piece of concrete before I tumbled it. What do you think that is? Is that a quartz? Jade, maybe? Think it might be jade? So if you're there, Jamie, that little stone is a lot more interesting than I first thought. I found this at I think I found this at Aliso Beach in down uh, close to no, was it Aliso Beach, Treasure Island Beach, in there. So, so I don't know what these crystals are, but they look green too. Of course, I'm colorblind. You know, everything looks green to me on this. Look green. The stone there looks green. That'd be neat if it was jade. Let's see. Aliso Beach is that. Just below, it's by San Juan Capistrano, Dana Point, just south of Laguna Beach. And that's Orange County. It's between Laguna Beach and San Clemente Beach. Just outside of Irvine, Mission Viejo area. So yeah, it's like halfway between Los Angeles and San Diego. Yeah, I found the only thing I found at Aliso Beach, I found a lot of bottle caps, a lot of pull tabs. I found a bracelet and a dollar coin and this stone here. And I found a bunch of pennies. Talca. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo está? He did the thumbs up. The thumbs up, thumbs up. Hope you're doing well down in Chile there, Talca. So anyway, could use that as the earthquake rock, but it didn't come out of the San Andreas fault. That one would be really once you get it balanced up there, any little tremor would knock it off there if you could get it balanced. I don't think I can balance, maybe balance it like that. There we go. Put it in front. But it's not out of the San Andreas fault, so there we go. So you think that might be agate, huh? Or as they say in Michigan, agate. I was corrected when we were there that they don't call them agates, they call them agates. What, this rock? I don't know. It probably, well, it would cost like $5 probably to send it. $5.25. Now you got me looking into that. Look. Sure got a lot of veins in it though. That's what I liked about it. It was just, and the layers. Looked like petrified wood there. Yeah, I get that. I do too. We pick up one rock wherever we go. We pick up a rock. But I had a whole bucket full of rocks from the San Andreas Fault, and I dumped them out because we weren't doing this anymore. But I had some pretty good looking rocks in there, unique rocks, you know, that would look good. I mean, that looks good sitting on a little pedestal, and if you set it there and said, yeah, that's my earthquake detector. Oh, I love opals. I went out opal digging. I never did find a big one, but we found a lot of little opals. My partner and I, and he's since passed of the COVID, but yeah, he and I used to go all kinds of places digging for opals and garnets and panning for gold. And them were the good old days. But I like digging in the dirt. I want to. Anybody ever watched? Oh, what's his name? Young guy, diver, metal detectorist, and adventurer. What's his name? He goes and looks for crystals and everything. They just went the other day, not the other day, I watched it 3 months ago. And he went to a place and he found a 15-pound crystal. And what's his name? I haven't seen him do anything lately. Out of sight, out of mind. I can't remember his name. No, not Scuba Steve. It's starts with a D. Oh, I'll think of it. Probably at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not getting rocks unless T-Rep buys them from you. Now I'm stuck on this. It's £80, huh? That one rule, I think, out in the Mojave Desert here, if you go to the Mojave Desert, you're allowed to pick up 25 pounds of rock. I think I've said this before, but you're allowed to pick up 25 pounds of rock to take any one trip. But there's an addition to that, you can take one stone, and there's no limit tagged to the one stone. So you could take 25 pounds of river rock or desert rock and then find a boulder that weighs a ton and take it, if you can carry it. Yep. So he can take one boulder. I thought that was the funniest rule. Why can't you take like a ton of little rocks? I know sometimes you're taking a chance on taking a rock from some places. They don't want you to disturb anything. They don't want you to pick up anything, gather wood. They don't want you to pick up rocks. They don't want you to disturb anything in some places. And I was told at we were camping, and we were camping at this park, and I asked them, can I metal detect around in the park, you know, in the campground and stuff? I went to the rangers, and they said, yeah, you can metal detect, but you can't turn over rocks, and you can't disturb the wood laying on the ground, and they didn't want me to touch anything, but I could metal detect, all right. But if it was laying on top of the ground, I could pick it up if it was metal, but I couldn't. If it was under a rock, I couldn't move the rock or dig under it. Yeah, you got to research your hunting places. There's one place I'm going to, and I've called the Parks and Recreation, and they say that there's no real rule against metal detecting at this new place that I want to go. So I rarely ever have any problems with the authorities when I go out. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Some places I've heard if they catch you with a metal detector and you get caught breaking any rule at all, they'll take your equipment away from you. But I always try to obey all of the rules and regs. I've only had one county worker come up to me and give me a sheet of paper telling me that, you know, it says that you can't dig holes and you can't take plants, you can't dig up shrubs or break plants, but there's no rule against metal detecting there, but you can't disturb anything. So those places you just do surface finds and maybe a little probing. Yep. I did go to one park and was asked if I had a license to metal detect, and I hadn't at that point, but I had called Parks and Recreation, and I thought that this park was a county park, and turned out it was a city park that I was in, and I was just in the tot lot. So I went over to the Parks and Recreation and got the license. It didn't cost me anything. I got a 3-year license, and the rules on digging: no more than 6 inches, and always leave it as good as you found it. And I think that as true metal detectorists and hobbyists, we leave parks better than we find them, because, you know, we take a lot of junk out of there that doesn't really need to be there. And I've even been told by the people that, the rangers and the lifeguards and the county workers and everything, that they really appreciate that I get what I get, like the nails and the screws and the wire and the shards of metal and everything. They really appreciate that being taken out of their parks. So they're always on my side. The police are always on my side. I've had sheriffs and policemen come up and they drive right onto the park, and I think, oh boy, I'm in trouble now. here goes. And they just pull up, parking under a tree, and then they watch me. And then before they leave, they always come by and say, "Did you have any luck today? Have you found anything good?" And I always show them what I find, and they always are impressed that I'm pulling out the garbage and not leaving a mess, and that they can't tell that I've been there. So I always try to keep the best, um, the best. What's the word I want to think of? I'll think of it. My cursor is searching for the right word. It's stuck. I got to find the right word there. But I always maintain good collaboration with the authorities. Rapport. There you go. That's it. So getting along with the authorities is paramount, and I will even go as far as, straightening up and covering up after another detectorist. I fell into a park after a detectorist a while back, and he left so many gashes where he was, holes that he didn't fill up. He just dug things out and left piles of dirt and chuck holes everywhere. And that's when you want to find out who they are and go have a talk with them. Hey, Greg, good morning. How you doing, brother? How's Sarah? Did she survive her birthday? No real devastating excitement or anything with the new car? Well, you were waiting. No, I haven't put the flashlight up again. If you guys want to see that again, I'll get my flashlight out here. And so what I thought was a solid stone is T-Rep, and I think this might be jade. So I'd be pretty lucky if it was. I don't think it's valuable or anything. You think a rockhound would buy a piece of jade like that? I've heard that there's, where was it that they were finding a lot of jade? It wasn't out west detecting, metal detecting. Somebody out here found a spot where they were picking up jade a lot. So I know Jamie was in here. Did you ever say anything, Jamie, about seeing the partially cleaned, what I thought was interesting because it was a piece of stone that had crystals in it. Look at the crystals even have occlusions in them, so that looks like it's broken in half. And if I hit it, it would break right in half, I think. I don't think it's solid. I don't think it goes all the way through. Well, it should go all the way through, but I don't think that it's translucent. Well, maybe it is a little bit. You think that little bit of light shining through right in the center? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the outside light. No, I don't think it shines through anywhere. I don't think it goes all the way through there. Drop that in, hold on, drop that in vinegar. See if it bubbles. If you want to wait just a second, I can go get a vat of vinegar. We'll see. This. If y'all haven't subbed Gregory Freeman, take a second before you leave today to give him a sub if you haven't already. We'll get him up to 100. Might not be today, but we'll get him up there. Let me go get some vinegar. You got me curious now. Hang on. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, we got some vinegar here. I think I got a tub deep enough here to let me clean it out here. Okay. I learn something new every day. If I drop a stone into, or at least one that has like a quartz thing to it, into vinegar, it will bubble and calcite. That means it could be calcite. Okay, vinegar into that. Okay, I have to get my funnel from outside and put that back. Okay, here we go. Pop the bubbles. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's see what happens. I think I see bubbles. Do you see bubbles? So what do you think, T-Rep? There are teeny bubbles coming from it. Well, you know what, Gregory? You just never know what I'm going to be doing on this stream. As I'm game for pretty much anything when it comes to rocks and metal. So what do you think, T-Rep? Definitely calcite. Okay, now I got to look up calcite so I have more of a knowledge of what you're talking about here. A-L-C-I-T-E, calcite crystal. Okay. Oh, wow, they've got lots of pictures of different kinds of everything. Some of it looks like coral. Some of it looks like what I've got. Some of it looks like crystal. Wonder. Yeah, if we dip that in vinegar, now you don't have to hold it up to a flashlight to see it. Hey, maybe I'll drop that in there. Maybe the vinegar will eat some of that white crust off. If that starts bubbling, maybe that's calcite. Interesting. In case it blows up. Well, that's an interesting thought. You think that the vinegar will dissolve all of that calcite if I left it in there? That would be interesting if it dissolved all that white out of there and just left the stone. I wonder if it would be like sitting on a pedestal, or would that those top two pieces there be loose? Don't know. I do too. At my age, if you learn something new, it replaces something old. So that's what happens when you get old and your brain gets to a certain capacity. It starts pushing things out of the fore memory. I think, is that what they call it? The fore memory, the node of your brain that holds your latest memories. So then you have another portion of your brain that holds old memories. So they get pushed back in there, and that's when your cursor has to do overtime. Hairline, let me see. There's fractures in it that now that I put it in the vinegar, you can see without a flashlight. But I think you're, oh no! I think you're referring to like hairline. Maybe, does it look like it? Might leave that soaking in vinegar too, just to see if we can get that a little cleaner. I was tumbling it to get it to this point. Never thought I would really be looking at rocks on my stream. That looks like, look at that. What's that look like right there? Does that look like a star fracture in there? Or is that just maybe a chip off of it? There's a couple spots that look like they've been chipped. Maybe we'll combine the rocks. Maybe I'll go through some of the rocks that I've brought home that I've been putting in the rock garden and see if we find anything else interesting. But when I first picked this up, I just really fell in love with it as far as the crystals being stuck in it and stuff. And There's one down inside there, and there's one down inside there. Now, I don't, yeah, there's one in there. I think it's separate from that one. I need more agile fingers. Whoop. I don't think I see any of the hairline things. I know what you're talking about in the jade, where, I don't know. I need a scope. I really need a scope. So if any companies out there that make scopes for coins and rocks, if you're so inclined for me to try one out, my email address is in my description, in my about. So, you know, yeah, I think you're right about it being jade. It just has that color, doesn't it? And even if it's not worth 1 penny, it's still giving me something to talk about. And it looks like still bubbling. The other one is still bubbling. Maybe I'll soak it for a while and see what happens. Oh, Danny boy. Good morning. Did you go hunting yesterday? Did you get out and get any more quarters? Quarters? No, this kind of evolved into this. My topic of the day, William, was this piece of iron that I cleaned up yesterday. It was all rusty that we were pounding on, and how I checked to see if it was a meteorite, and it doesn't have any matrix in it. It's just solid steel. It looks like carbon steel, carbide steel. It doesn't look like pot metal, and we still have unknown origin, but this is one of the topics today. What we first talked about, the repair of the carabiner that was broken. I fixed it and put it onto my conglomeration of carabiners. Here, it's where's it at? It's right here. Where you go? There it is. That little one right there. So I fixed it so that it works. You getting some carabiners from me? We could talk about anything. You know, Gregory, I do not have use for them. I don't wear crosses or anything, and that's a personal choice. Being a Christian, a lot of Christians will wear crosses, but I don't. And you said that you collect crosses, right? So we need to get together, and I'm going to get my crosses that I have dug up. Why does that keep falling off? Oh, I see what's the matter with it. Anyway, I'm going to give you my crosses just because you collect them. So we need to meet up for coffee, and I want you to have the crosses I've dug up. The only thing is that if you display any one that I give you, that you just say gift from Incognito. That's the only condition. That if you make a display that contains one of the crosses that I give you, then that's the only condition. Garnet is your birthstone? That's getting round to its birthstone as well. So you must be born in the first of the year. We can get together just to have coffee and me give you the crosses anytime. But yeah, we're going to get together after the new year, and we're going to dig. We're going to dig. You're going to have to dress warm because I think it's probably going to be cold after the new year, but we're going to find a good place to go and go digging. And I think that we can get together anytime, you know, and I'm going to gather up all my crosses, and since you collect them. Your birthday is January 14th. I'll let Getting Around to It tell you when her birthday is if she wants. But she's in the first of the year too. Anyway, the other thing, William, was this little piece of metal that I was banging on, getting the rust off. I told you I broke off of this. Topic of the day was this, trying to figure out what this is. And it could have been a squeegee, it could have been a scraper, it could have been a pick, it could have been a lot of things. That's cool, Gregory. We can trade. But I really have no need of them, and I would rather somebody that really appreciates them have them. So. I don't see any bubbles, any sign of anything dissolving around around the. Well, I don't know whether it's sandstone. I don't think that's sandstone there. But it's cleaning it up. The vinegar's cleaning it up, dissolving the crusties off of it, so it's even a neater looking stone. Look, it has look, it has eyes right there. When it was blurry, it looked like there were eyes right there. That's weird. It's got something else in it too. It's got some black crystal looking stuff in there. Huh. Very interesting. Now maybe next time we talk, I'll just have a bunch of stones out here. This seems to be a pretty good topic to talk about. Skateboard axle? No, that's not a skateboard axle. No, that's not a truck. I don't think so anyway. It's cast iron, and they don't make trucks out of cast iron, do they? And I wish I knew what this little magnet came out of. I think it came out of a fidget or something, but not sure. It's a really powerful little magnet. Look at that. It don't even wobble when it won't shake off. You got to pull it off. Wish there was some way I could incorporate that into my pinpointer, because I have a flat magnet that or had a flat magnet. I put it on the end of my pinpointer, and I didn't I used an old piece of double-sided tape, and it didn't hold. And while I was digging somewhere, it came off. So I got to get another flat magnet. I do need a coin scope. So, okay, guys. I'm only at 16. I need 8 more likes. If you haven't hit the like button, hit that thumbs up. I know all of you guys have already, but just in case. Yeah, so let's see if I think I have to get my vise out to straighten this. Yeah. Not gonna. I used to have really strong hands, and used to make me feel good to know that I wouldn't lose my grip on anything. But we lose that as we age. Wish there was just one thing that you could do to stop aging. Oh no, my thing broke off. The glue wasn't good enough. Oh well. So You show me with 17. Yeah, you guys always show me with one more than I've got on my screen. So that's cool. That's really cool. I trust your count there. I don't think that your count would show me liking it because I didn't put a like on it yet. We got a few more minutes. Maybe somebody will pop in and give me 7 more so I can get that 24. I'm probably not in how many minutes I got to hour and a half, 150. So 12 more minutes. 12 more minutes. You guys are awesome, hanging out with me while I'm doing, you know, I would say dumb stuff, but I don't think it's dumb stuff because we learned something here today. We learned about calcite and that this is possibly, or more than possibly, probably calcite. And we've learned that this is possibly jade, probably jade. I might, how would you determine that? Who would determine that? Could you go to most any jeweler and they could tell you whether that was jade or not? You think? Give me 60 seconds. Quick break. Got a coffee is vacating the building. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, opal has fire in it. This, I need to get a buffing wheel. I have a wire wheel, I have a stone wheel. I have 2 stone wheels. And I need a buffer wheel. Now that I'm starting to oh my goodness. You know, I could have had my partner that passed away during COVID, got COVID. He was a true rock hound. He and I, like I said, went out and dug opals and garnets and all kinds of things. We go to different dig sites out in the desert and everything, looking for geodes and all kinds of things. And he had all the equipment. He had saws, he had buffers, he had tumblers, he had everything that a rock hound could want to slice rocks up and cut open geodes and everything and polish rocks and tumble them and everything. He was going to give me all of that stuff when he moved to Texas, and then well, it was after he moved to Texas. He wanted to bring it back, but then he died of COVID and didn't bring it to me. So I can't afford to go all the way to Texas. So anyway, he was too ill to use it anymore, so he wanted to give it to me. And I wasn't in the best of health either, but I would have taken it to use it, because now I could be using it, but I'm not. E-blue, common opal. Like I said, it has different sizes. Common, look up E-blue. Okay. Out in the desert, there's a geode cache out by 29 Palms, out in that area. That's a possibility. Wow, one of the most expensive gemstones. You guys have a lot of them up there, huh? Hey, cartoon! How are you doing? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. You probably already did, because I think I have 17 showing, so you guys probably see 18. So we're doing something different, cartoons. You never know what you'll see if you come into my stream. Yesterday we were looking at metal, rusty chunks of junk that I pulled out of the ground. And this was just nothing but a blob of rust. And so we cleaned off the rust yesterday, and this is what we found, is a mysterious chunk of steel. And we were looking at tools that I found, and I cleaned up a pair of vice grips that were frozen, and I got them working. So that was our topic today, was to talk about stuff that we cleaned up and everything. Thanks, Gregory. It's you guys, it's not me. You guys make the stream. You guys and what you want to talk about. I just go with the flow. I'm on the big screen now. I'm on the big screen now. I'm on the big screen now. Well, I don't know why, but you know I die if I don't get on the big screen now. Yeah, we're rocking it. Well, there's a lot of bubbles coming up now. Look at that, T-Rep. Looks like Alka-Seltzer almost. Not quite. Now I'm gonna, just because this worked out so well, I'm always looking for something to talk about here. And since I'm not out digging, I keep looking for something. And this looks like something that might be interesting. If I look around in my rock piles, I got a lot of rock piles around my house. So I have to take a minute and find some interesting little stones, and we can have T-Rep analyze them for us. See if I've got anything, you know, worth looking at. But this turned out pretty cool. Look at this, cartoons. You just came in. I showed this a while back and it was all white. I thought it was a piece of stone, kind of like that down there, or concrete even, with these crystals in it that I picked up at Aliso Beach. It turns out that you can see that it's a little bit translucent there. Now that I put it down in the vinegar, it's even more translucent because let's wipe it off and see what happens if I wipe it off here. But anyway, T-Rep thinks it might be jade, and I tend to agree with him because of the color. But again, I am no expert. But look at this, cartoons. What I thought was solid rock is translucent. So found a treasure in a treasure. No longer treasure trash. That qualifies as treasure. So, oops, I went over the hour and a half. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go today. We'll talk again. You guys have a great weekend. You guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome coming in, helping me figure out something to do and talk. My streams are all about you guys, because without you guys, I wouldn't have a stream at all. But God bless you all for being who you are. Have a great weekend. Hang on just a second. I'm going to Oh, there you go. I thought I lost you for a minute. This, with all the, I got to be careful because of the vinegar and everything. Get into that. Okay. So, again, you guys have a great weekend. Peace and brotherly love. And again, I can't say it enough. God bless y'all for being who you are. Later, Gators. Let's hunt.